Alright guys, we're back. Another Dokkan battle video. Another hot take video. People love these. So, I mean, who am I to keep you guys from getting to enjoy what you want to enjoy? Alright, so we got a hot take that from Zaid. I always say his name. Zaid. Zaid? I always say the name wrong. Whatever. I mean, that's, not a big deal. Now, first off, this cannot be a recent screenshot. What do you mean you have a character level 74? You can't level them up? Launch is level 79. You can't level them up? This has to be at least semi-recent-ish because King Vegeta and this Trunks have awakened. Bro, that is wild. This free-to-play Goku is not rainbowed? Tisk tisk. Alright, well, let's see. Yeah, this banner. This is from a little bit before my time. I do remember I watched a Living Ichigo video where he was summoning for this, right? Super Saiyan 3 Goku. That fire, here comes Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Good stuff. All right, let's jump in. Let's see what the take thread is going to be like. Not really super sure if this will be good or bad. I don't know. I feel like I don't see much Dokkan talk from Zaid. Am I crazy? Maybe. All right, let's see what we got here. Wait, what? 9th anniversary Broly is one of the most frustrating units in the game's history for me. Love his animations. Yeah, I mean, Nano is on record saying that he thinks Broly's got, like, the best animations, even still, pretty much, right? I mean, maybe, like, some of the Diamond characters, sure, like, they're on that level, but, like, yeah, Broly has, like, some of the craziest animations. His design pissed me off. Oh, I see what we're going with. Big villain lead, but no major villain-linked synergy, and then debuff superclass with his domain. Never transforms into the last turn of the fight. If we go back a year, like, to last year's content, I mean, that's mostly all true, but, I mean, here, here's the, yeah, he is a villain, but, I mean, guess what he is, right? It's like, yeah, like, people were running him, and they were running Beast, and they were running, in Evolution Blue Vegeta. All right, they weren't really like, all right, let's fill it up with villains. One thing that's stupid. Now, Dragon Ball Super Broly, to me, not having big bad bosses, I think is fine. Like, it's not, I mean, you could give it to him just to make it easier for villains. Sure, this guy. But, I mean, it's really stupid that DBZ Broly, who's calling himself the devil, does not have big bad bosses. That shit makes no sense in the world. This is the biggest big bad bosses character ever. Like, the biggest, baddest boss. This is him. Makes no sense why he doesn't have it. This guy, though, I mean, this guy's a little softy at heart, right? Like, I'm not really going crazy over him not having big bad bosses. This is like a Dokkan crime right here. Like, can we get him big bad bosses, please? But, I mean, for the most part, I understand. I mean, I would certainly not say this guy was one of those frustrating characters. I mean, we could probably say he had a very long run of dominance because, right as power creep kind of set in, it was in a way that worked very well for him. That's the thing with this Broly. Like, like they did jump it up a level of difficulty, but the design of the fight, for the most part, went well for Broly. I mean, he could still get killed. Like, Android 17, the Goku and Frieza fight could lock him in slot 1 and really punish him. But just like kind of like the way the fight's design went, it actually was pretty good for this Broly. So he ended up being, I think, quite a good release, really. I don't think it was the best celebration ever. I think it had the best vibes. Yeah, he knew I'd be looking in-game. Yeah, because, I mean, it's not true. I mean, at any time people start talking about this is like the general, like, common opinion about this celebration. And I do agree that, to me, this celebration is up there as, like, a top 5 level celebration. Yes, I do. But, vibes. I know you're saying in-game, but I will still say, fuck out of here, man. People were so angry, dude. Okay. I think the movie endings playing in the game did a lot for it. Yeah, the songs. Yeah, I mean, it was just a great celebration. Definitely looking forward to our next, like, major celebration, Monster W. We've now been in the quiet season for a little bit, although we do have, Daima is like a nice little juice Typically, like next year, if there's not like, moral arc or something going on, it's, this portion of the year next year, might be a little bit quiet. Just, keep that in mind. All right. Year 8 was a major disappointment. No. No, I don't. Let's finish. Single favorite card ever, but also 2 nothing cards. Oh, wait. Okay, you gotta, like, we gotta, like, explain this. You're not saying this guy is a nothing card. You can't say that. This guy. Carnival. I went too far. It's 1 page back. You cannot say this guy was a nothing. No way. We went from having 2 events, plenty of fun stages, to a single event with 6 garbage stages, 1 remotely fun one. I mean, I didn't have the most, like, I wasn't going back to that, like, with tons of replayability. The thing is, this celebration did have a lot of content, right? I mean, there was some of those, like, Spirit Bomb fights, although I remember being frustrated having to reset for crits for some of the Spirit Bombs. I remember having really bad luck getting the Spirit Bombs to crit, right? I don't know that I agree. Now, year 8 overall was a major disappointment because that was 2023. But I felt like one of the best periods in Dokkan history is like the very, very end of December 2022 until like March of 2023 was so good. It was oftentimes a major complaint of Dokkan. People will say that they don't like manage the content drops well in like, how they come out. Right? Like, it's like, all right, they drop everything one day and then, 6 days of silence. And then, they start dropping, like, tons of stuff. That period, it was like every 3 days, every 4 days, there was new stuff coming out consistently for almost 3 months. So, I strongly disagree. I mean, again, if you want to say the overall year 8, which is 2023, was a disappointment, I mean, I could certainly get behind that, but this celebration, I mean, I thought it was good. Oh, this guy's ignored a lot of most nothing releases of all time. He had Supremo, everyone else had Immense. Yeah, but he was still stacking all the way back then. This is a little bit like, this is a meta, but, well, I guess technically, before this guy came out I was playing Global when this guy released. So, like this is his release date for Global. I was already on the game at this time. Let's see. He wasn't stacking. I'm thinking of his ZZA. Yeah, I'm only thinking of his ZZA. Certainly it was all about Vegito. Vegito. Like, yeah, I don't... this might be true. He got completely overshadowed. This is back when Dokkan would do weird shit. They dropped 2 Dokkan Fest exclusives on the same banner. It was EGL Super Vegito and this Broly, right? And was just 0 competition with the other god leads. Yeah, Super Vegito, Buhan. Yeah, Gotenks. Yeah, that's true, Omega. Yeah, I feel like that's true. This is... It's sort of a little bit before my time. It's a little bit before my time of me being like, like very... like an in-depth player or something like that. Like, I was still a babby player when this guy did drop back in 2016. I remember he would have dropped in July for JP, July of 2016. Even with the release of the 120 leads, most of the old ones got a second chance to shine, but Broly was always nothing. Yeah, people weren't really using him on that cooler team, were they? Yeah, okay. Yeah, hopefully he gets a good Super Easy, then sure. Broly has been pretty dominant in-game for a couple of years in a row now, though, so not really going super crazy about that. Always found grinding more enjoyable overall than straight-up hard events. Hard events are fun. Something I really love about doing a billion... okay. Now, I am a long enough player to have played this original Prime Battle grind. I did do this. Can we, like... it would be so hard to type. I don't know, like... could we... Maybe I type in Awakening. We're looking for like 8 years ago. 9 years ago. It would be so... Like, there's so many different, like, videos, like... On your knees, LR Tau. Okay. Maybe I'll pause and see if I can't find this. But it's like, I remember I was so happy when I awakened this guy. I was playing Final Fantasy 16. And I awakened this guy. It was on my global account. And I was so happy, dude. It would just be so difficult to... This is not it, is it? Is this... I don't think this is it. Alright, guys. No. This isn't it, because this is once I had started playing GP. The one I'm looking for is in like February of 2017, I think. So it would say 9 years ago. Oh, there's me and Nano. Let me pause and give a nice little attempt to see this. Yeah, chat, it's a little hard to find because it's very, very old. I did see this. I did stop on this, though, because, like, if you're curious about, like, my channel's growth or anything, this video right here was a huge factor in me kind of, like, blowing up. Because, this is before, like, private servers were a thing, right? Like, people weren't really, like, you know, like, what do we want to say? Just, like, hacking into the game and using maxed out characters. This was very recent after 1,000 days. And this is also pre, like, friend system revamps and stuff like that. And I had just found this 1,000-day Goku in here. So it's like this video really helped me as a creator because there were almost, I don't even know if there was any other showcases of him at all. There might not have been any on YouTube. It was just me. So this video, like, really... Yeah, anyway, we got really sidetracked. We can go back. Oh, yeah, I did pull this up. Yeah. Okay, what is this? March 2, 2017. Yeah, okay, so this is, like, grinding him. So this original Super Strike grind, bro, this shit was torturous. Do not let Zaid try and pretend like this is good. Look at this. Does this look fun? Look at the situation here. Look at our key. Look at the situation. This shit, I promise you this shit was ass. I promise you this is way worse than you think it was. You had to do like 100 of these. Like 100 of these runs. Like, you think people complain... Bro, new play... Bro, look at this. Look at this. Look how, like, horrible this is. This shit is crazy, man. This is crazy. All right, does this turn into a win here? Because it was all about nuking with Chilled, right? Was the strat. All right, we got a Dokkan attack with Chilled. Looks like Chilled is going to be able to put him down. Do I hit all 7? Oh my god, dude, I'm a god gamer. All right, so this should sit Goku down. Yeah, nuking items, Senzu beans. This is just a free-to-play event. Now, keep in mind, back when this guy, he was really crazy for a free-to-play character. But, like, they made sure you were gonna earn that shit, right? Like, bro, you have to do so many of these. Wow, even this screen. Wow, look how much different that screen looked back then. This is before they kept track of time. We got 5 fucking medals. We got 5 out of that of the 777 you need. Ridiculous. Do not let this kid tell us, yeah, 130 million downloads. Yeah, this is before I switched to JP. That's very, very, very early. Look at the old game, man. A little nostalgic, right? It's kind of nostalgic, man. Got some dailies done. Look how much faster it loads. Oh my god, dude. I'm trapped on JP. There's no way I could switch this account, man. Look at this craziness in this box right here. Look at all those Buhans. I mean, you know what I was saving those... You know what I was saving these guys for, right? Yeah. SDR or well, Int Buhan, excuse me. Oops. So let me not be a fool here. Okay. Yeah, crazy. But anyway, this is an absurd take to me. I mean, it's your personal enjoyment, sure, but hell no, man. Yeah, crappy Super Strike Team. I really like grinding characters with auto. I mean, I enjoy. I get this. I get what he's saying. Because I do like there is kind of. I mean, it's weird to explain. There is a bit of a pep in my step with the reverse was removed. The game is way better with it gone. So I kind of like really can just like accept like, damn, like, tough for my box because the game is way better. But like now it's like I have all this work to do getting all my TURs and SSRs again. And it has been very fun. So I've really been enjoying, like I've been collecting the free to play characters again, all these characters again. It makes me a little bit more excited to summon now because I need all these, TURs and SSRs again. So, like, I can understand this, but no, I don't yearn to go back to doing this shit. Hell no. Character animation kit. All three are important, but you can always fix the kit with an easy A. Character's ugly, they'll always be ugly. You want to know, funny, because Zaid's a big Frieza fan. You know who I think is a great example of this? Is the Bardock Special Frieza. I think Goresh was talking about this too. This Frieza looks really fucking good. Like, his animations look outstanding. But like, he ended up being one of the most nothing Dokkan Fest releases ever. Right? Like, the APT kids will tell you, no, Frieza was actually so broken because his damage is high. Okay. With what team are we doing this? Like, it's a mess. This guy's basically a loser Dokkan Fest. But he looks good, right? Like, his animations look good. So this guy, Easy A's, I mean, this guy will be due up for Easy A, if you're curious, in 2027. Remember, it's 3 years later, Dokkan Fests and LRs, like, premium, like, Symbol units, could Easy A. So we could see this guy Easy A in 2027, and when that happens, this guy he just looks really good. So you'll have good animation. So like I could get what we're going for with that. Yeah, because physical Rose is always going to be like dog shit ugly. This is crazy because this was a global first. They needed to do that. Like that was such a well, they just like did it horribly, right? They didn't even drop the band unit trunks with them. It was a mess. But like global was getting LR Ribrianne at the same time JP was getting LR Beast Gohan. So like I like the decision to like keep global players from. Yeah, that was rough. The way the schedule lined up there, Ribrianne opposite Beast Gohan was brutal. So that global first Goku Black, but yeah, he is very ugly. Yeah. Less than kind of care for a character if it's like Tao or Goma, unless they're 12 out of 10. Gets even. Oh, okay. Well, Goma did hit that. Tao I thought was a really good like 9 out of 10 like in terms of strength in the meta he came out in. And I think his animations are fine. At like Tao and Goma both Tao was not broken enough. Goma's broken enough that like I don't know, like if we just go look at it, like Goma, the initial showcase we did for Goma. I mean, he's going to cross 100k. Like that'll bump past 100k. That's good. Like, I'll take that. And this is like a quiet time. Goma was not gonna fucking hit 100k unless they made him this good. So they did a really good job with Goma. Because like, let's look at Baby Gohan and Goten. Their initial showcase is one of the worst of all time, I think, for me. A little bit earlier here. I'll pause if this takes me too long to find. So they're at, oh my god, they're at 50? 50k? That's got to be the lowest ever. There's no way. 50? That's like, pack it up. It's time for ramen noodles, man. 50? Jesus. It's embarrassing, man. Don't let Gresh see that. Jesus. Don't tell Iron Cane, man. Alright, anyway. Shut up. Alright. I'm sorry. Bro, no disrespect, Zaid. I mean, remember, sometimes maybe I'm a little bit mean in these videos, but you guys gotta understand I'm an entertainer, too. Like, I do gotta entertain. But yeah, I mean, yeah, this is just fucking dog shit right here. The GDC, as far as I've seen, pretty unanimously considered the best celebration in Dokkan history, because it was. Yeah, we had amazing characters, EZAs, free-to-plays, rewards, content, everything. But artificially, there's no proper part 3, so yeah. Underwhelming. Yeah, they... Get out of here, man. Oh, wait, what? Another Speaking of GDC, I don't think its power creep was that bad. What? No, dude. It's not like Broly where you go, okay, well, dude, dude. Okay, sure. But we moved into an era where content is more mechanics, space, and gimmicky. Remember, one big thing about this is the 2022 7th anniversary Red Zone Broly fight. A big part of this is back then, it might have just literally been the very last hot take video we did, right, where we talked about it. Characters back then weren't covered in guard, damage reduction, dodge. Like, we didn't have good characters to even do this fight with. This, like, nowadays, even the bad characters, like Daima Vegeta and Blue Kaioken Goku, are filled with guard and damage reduction and dodge and shit, right? Like, it's, like, that's the thing. Like, if you like, you're gonna fail if, like, I'm not explaining this well, but it's just because overall characters are just better. Like the game has continued on. You know, back then, not every character had all these mechanics. Now, characters pretty much, like, as a baseline, have got all these mechanics, right? So it's very difficult for them to do something like this. And just because, like, GDC, the power creep is that bad. And my argument is directly hearing from casual players. Because I have a GC I'm in that is, like, it's like some anime Twitter people, like, did, like, a Dokkan GC. And, like, I'm cool with one of the dudes that, like, well, actually, the dude that made the chat, right? And I was like, yeah, throw me in. And, like, you know, talk sports and everything. A lot of the players in there are just, like, kind of, like, casual. Like, they just enjoy the game, but it's not like, oh my god, life or death, Dokkan Twitter, I play it all day, every day, and that's it, right? And a lot of them are saying, yeah, those GDC fights, hop in there, get blown away in 1 second, I'm done, not going back in. Like, that's what a lot of, like, regular players think of, like, the GDC. Like, you know, Carnival Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, turn 1, slot 1, instant death, I'm good. I'm not doing it. So, I do think GDC power creep was that bad. Because, it's so crazy with the mechanics and the damage and the gimmicks from second one that it'll just discourage a lot of players. Like, I mean, it's good to have, like, very, 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 very top-level content, but, like, they made it so crazy to where even the best characters in the game would get blown away. So, I think the power creep was that bad. I think the power creep, of all the things, you know, the 2025 issues, I think power creep to me is the biggest one. Like, that's the only kind of, like, negative thing I think about the GDC. I'd still think it's the best celebration by far, but yeah. GDC fights hit absurdly hard, but you can dodge, you could debuff. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can debuff Goku Black, but, dude, like, you just load into, like, locking, AoE nonsense. Like, yeah, you could do a little bit of attack debuffing. Whoopee, man. Like, there's so much bullshit going on instantly, dude. You can nullify their supers. That is true. A lot of them are Ki Blast supers, right? Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Blue Goku, Blue Vegeta. Well, all of them except for Omega are Ki Blast supers, right? If we got straight up meathead content that's just like Broly, units like STR Omega would be awful. Sure. But I don't know, like, if the standard is it needs, like, the power creep needs to be too much, if it's only as tough as this, like, they're not gonna hit that. Like, that's a terrible, like, okay, like, this upcoming NBA player, like, you suck unless you're as good as D-Wade at minimum. Like, it's like, bro, like, that's not, that level's not gonna get hit that often, man. So, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like the point here. These two units... He's actually... All right, hold on. Maybe he's actually the GOAT. All right, so no super attack comes in. So when attacking, all allies get 20% defense, and Universe 6 allies get 20% attack. Oh, we dodged the super. Oh, my God. It's just that if we run... You're shitting me. What? What? He gets stunned. Even when he touches? Yeah. So. Sorry, bud. I don't know if I'd go with amazingly designed. Yeah, I didn't say they were good. They're ass. And their design also fucking sucks. The design process, the core idea of them. You could tweak the numbers. No, it's actually fucking terrible. I will not... I will not relent on this. The whole idea of this character is you run him... Bro, I don't... Is this a joke? How does... There's no quotes to this? This just went unchecked, unbothered, unnoticed? We're calling this an amazing design, by the way. This is a character who wants to be run in slot 1. Because then his impact is really fucking crazy. With this support with triggers when he attacks, and this. Like, you see what he does. If you can get him in slot 1, he does so much. But slot 1 is where it's most likely to get supered. And if they launch a super attack at the character, he's stunned even if you dodge. Many people said this before. I think the 10th year Gogeta, Vegeta were a pretty terrible introduction to the tag mechanic. I mean, I could see where we're going with this. But okay. This is a little bit in contrast with your previous point, Zaid, because you said GDC power creep wasn't too crazy. But one of the biggest victims of GDC power creep is these guys. Because their base forms were not a problem until the GDC fights. Now they're a problem. I looked at them, and I probably in their initial showcases mentioned how, it would be better if their defense form came first, then their offensive form would show up in turn 4. They would still be good if that was the case. But it also would have become so fucking hard to power creep them, which is why that's not the case. Because their offensive forms is how they start out, like Tech Super Saiyan Goku and EGL Super Saiyan Vegeta. Those are the offensive forms. And then Tech Super Saiyan Vegeta and EGL Super Saiyan Goku, those are the defensive forms. Because characters get power creep not because of damage, because of how much damage they take. So, I get it, but, the one thing about 2025, this is the first year where the anniversary LRs don't feel that crazy at this point in the year. Right? In 2021, AGL UI Goku is still fighting for number 1 right now. I thought he was number 1 going into the 7th anniversary, right? 7th anniversary LRs, they were, crazy undisputed. I mean, even going, deep into 2023, right? then would be, you know, the 8th anniversary LRs. Like, I really like GT Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta all the way through. It's like only these guys who have kind of been cut off halfway through the year by the GDC. So, like there is a point to be made here, but I think it's not specifically about them. I think it's more so the GDC power creep. I think. First ever tag units just want to gently cruise until turn 5. Yeah, but I mean, guys, like, I mean, we understand. I mean, they're going to introduce a mechanic like this during like an anniversary or something, and which characters are they going to utilize it with? Like, you know, like, right? This is one of those elephant in the room moments. Like, we understand why fusions. We get it. People will not want to hear this, but he's one of the greatest villain releases ever. This one got a little bit more attention. Okay. Toss him on any villain team, he does his job. Now, listen. I myself have mostly had bad luck with Hirudegarn. As a pure dodging character, usually I'm able to make magic happen with those types of characters. Here's the long showcase video. Here we go. Because it was right around when they came out is when I started doing these long videos, right? I believe Hirudegarn was like the 3rd or 4th one I did. So, yeah, Trunks, there's them. We did this Gohan, which I hated. Tech Ultimate Gohan. And then here we go. Yeah, it was brutal. I still got to finish this. One thing about this playlist, I never should have stopped doing these videos. I'm probably going to record the Goma long video right afterwards and get that up. So we jump into here, and we just had, dude, the brutal luck we had. Oh, I don't have timestamps on this one. So I guess I didn't get all the way back here. Yeah, I was going through and adding timestamps to these at some point. I need to finish doing that. Yeah, here we go. Got to get those timestamps up for all these fights. Well, anyway, kids, yeah, I don't know. Hirudegarn was, I mean, he was a little iffy for me. Oh, wow. I'm going to have to pee before this one. All right, let's see what we got here. Was a nothing mode. No gameplay. Hoping you got the right units for both your friends lineup. Sure. It's RNG. Yep. Hope you get the right units. Clicking at the end. Well, apparently... Well, okay. See, a lot of people who don't like chain battle, I mean, it's just... I mean, they made no efforts to really, like, learn about it. So, I mean, I guess the thing with the end... it's not even really... It didn't matter. It was just about speed. All that mattered was speed. Just clicking shit as fast as you can to get the max score, apparently, so... No gameplay to be had, no fun, no nothing. You just waste 5 minutes of your day. 5 minutes of your day and you get amazing rewards. Yeah, this is like the... Like, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, the rewards were amazing, which is the whole point of it for most players. Don't think it justifies the mode being a thing. Well, I mean, they got rid of it, so... Very clearly, they felt... apparently, the JP players really hated it, so... I mean, they were comfortable just axing the mode entirely, but we definitely have felt the loss of this. The Whis event is garbage. They do these, the equips for these characters, but, like, these equips are just, like, so shit for most units. These are just, like, not that good. I don't know. I do. Chain Battle was very easy, man. It was just so easy. Dude, we should add something to replace it. Yeah, yeah. Hopefully don't replace it too soon, because I got to rebuild my SSRs and TRs, though, you fuckers. They'll piss me off if they remove half of my box and then be like, oh, well, now you need them. Long fights over... Whoa. Sure, but... I mean, we can make the argument that these could have just been better. Like, the length is not the problem. It's the way they were designed. The problem is that these fights didn't really feel very stressful or difficult until, I mean, minutes into them, right? Like, 3 or 4 phases in. And then, even then, the bosses weren't as scary as they were just kind of like punching bags. Whereas, like, these fights, you just load into death. Do have fun, quite a lot of fun in a mega bursting down fights or ridiculous attack sets, which he does, yeah. Zaid's a big villain guy. I don't get people that redo the same fights over and over again for months on end. Okay, excluding content creators. Call it a day. So, I guess you don't test out your characters? Because, like, the one reason that people do, like, some of these fights over and over again is to test the character out. Like, this is why I would say I think EZAs are content. Not grinding the EZA, but seeing how good they are after they've EZA'd. I think that is content. That is content. So, Zaid, is this including people who would, okay, I summoned for Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku. According to Zaid, I am not allowed to do any of these events. I guess I'll just go read a book. Now, of course, when I say me, I mean he's saying other than content creators, but like, Jimmy Joe 25 is not allowed to do the fight over. Like, I don't. Strange point. Other than missions, don't care about doing the fight with a team from 9 months ago. I just cleared my favorite team. Move on. Huh. The only thing about standbys is it's very easy. They set them up in such a way where it's very easy to power creep them. I'm not a big standby like lover because it's like the standbys are great until a stronger version of that standby comes out that's on the same team, and then it's GG for that character is what happens, right? I felt a lot like we saw that with last year's Worldwide, by the way. 6, 7. No, it's page 8. Like, these characters fighting over the standby spot, like, I felt like this guy dropped down, and this character was way worse because of it. So, I'm not... if standbys didn't clash the way they did... Give me a Final Form Frieza stands by and I'm fighting without his hands and getting counters, and that's the finish kill. Oh, it could be fun. Could be fun. Could be fun. I mean, it's like what I was referring to again is like these are two like movie hero Kamehameha Super Saiyan Earthbred fighter characters, right? There's so much overlap. Like they could drop a standby Frieza and then like a standby, UI Goku. And, like, they're not gonna, like, directly replace each other. It is definitely time for Final Form Frieza, though, for sure. Oh, that's it. Okay. Zaid has some... We got some crazy shit in here. People aren't gonna like that. Hirudegarn, I didn't mention it, but, like, I did recently win, like Goku Black and Zamasu with the Golden Frieza and Gogeta team. I say recently, but it was like 2 months ago now. Like we beat that fight with Hirudegarn on the team, but that's because the movie hero movie boss team is not really that good. But yeah, this is just like this is legitimately shocking. We're gonna call this guy amazingly designed. That's like a disgusting take, man. This is roadie level right here. We're going to call Automagetta amazingly designed. No, man. Come on. I was shocked, too. This celebration underwhelming, and my eyes went down. I said, fuck out of here. No, man, I'm out. This was fun. Shout out to Zaid, man. This is fun. But boy, you got some crazy stuff in here, too.